The government has revealed plans to admit an additional 2,000 students to medical schools starting from this year's college entrance exam. This move will significantly raise the number of students entering medical school to 5,058, a figure that has remained fixed at 3,058 since being reduced from 3,507 in 2006. Following the government's announcement, medical organizations like the Korean Medical Association, referred to as KMA, swiftly organized an emergency press conference, vehemently opposing the decision. They declared their intention to initiate a general strike if the government proceeds with the increase in medical school enrollments. Today, let's delve into the controversy surrounding medical strikes. The history of medical school enrollment increase. For over 2 decades, the number of students admitted to medical schools has remained unchanged. However, the aging population and growing medical demands have exacerbated the shortage of doctors. In response, the Moon Jae-in administration in 2020 sought to increase medical school admissions. However, the emergence of COVID-19 prompted strong opposition from the medical community, leading the government to retract the policy and postpone further discussion until the pandemic situation stabilized, at which point they would form a medical affairs council with KMA to discuss the issue. As the current government took office, the same issue has come up again, and the president's office has announced that it will significantly increase the number of medical school enrollments. After related discussions, the government announced the Essential Healthcare Policy Package, which included expanding the medical workforce and strengthening provincial healthcare. The opinions of different parties on the issue. The government argues that the increase in the number is an urgent matter that can no longer be postponed. It argues that the number of doctors in Korea is at the lowest level among the OECD countries and thus should be increased to address the gap in essential medical care and to prepare to transition into a super-aging society. It also asserts that provincial healthcare is collapsing, and the issue of a sufficient supply of medical personnel must be resolved to prevent troubles in basic medical care, including emergency medicine. Conversely, the medical community opposing the rise in admissions contends that the shortage of personnel primarily exists in specialties like emergency medicine and pediatrics, rather than across the board. They argue that to ensure an adequate supply of medical professionals in critical areas, such as essential medical care, there should be a system in place that incentivizes these fields, such as increasing compensation. Additionally, they assert that even with an increase in the number of doctors, if the issues in these less popular fields persist, medical expenses will only escalate as new doctors continue to favor more lucrative specialties like cosmetic medicine. On the 15th, the first instance occurred when students from a medical school collectively decided to take a leave of absence in protest against the government's decision. It remains to be seen how this controversy will unfold in the future.